There we go. Howdy, howdy, beautiful people. Welcome to one other session of Smartlead's office hours. This is a huge crowd in a while. So it's kind of 200 people at this point. Interesting. You know the drill. Drop on the comments where you're from and the temperature at the city you're currently residing. We'd love to know. Hit up, hit it up, hit it up. Dubai, London, Dublin. This will be recorded, David. The meeting is being recorded. We'll share the recording. We'll push it out on our Slack community and as well as on our YouTube channel as well. So don't worry about it. Berlin, Canada, we have people across the globe. Love it. Vishal from Bangalore. Suprava is also from Bangalore. Swapnil is also from Bangalore.
Yeah,
Loving it. Look at the comments. We have people from everywhere.
amazing.
Beautiful, guys. Thank you so much. Now, as a part of the drill, the second question, drop on the comment. Are you an agency, a startup, or a freelancer? We'd love to know. SAS, love it. Agency from Surat, Dubai, all sort of people, all sort of crowd. Love this. Freelancer, agency, startup. It's kind of inclined towards agencies and freelancers, but we also see a couple of startups coming in place. Beautiful, but not going to keep this volume of people waiting. Thank you so much for joining in. My name is Akash. I'm your customer success manager here at Smartlead. So today, as the title says, we have the AcquisitionX team here, and they are going to walk us through how we can build an AI agents that gets you leads on Autopilot. So it's an interesting topic. It's how GTM teams can leverage AI agents to build scalable human-like outbound systems without having SDRs or human intervention. But without further ado, Suprava and team, I'm handing over the mic to you. If you can start with a quick round of introduction, we'd love that.
Hey Akash, thank you very much, first of all, for giving us this opportunity to be in here and to present ourselves among these lovely people. And thank you very much to you guys as well for taking time out of your busy schedule and joining us here today. We are going to make sure that everything that we teach you learn properly. And by the end of this webinar, we also have few goodies that we would like to share it with you. Now, before we jump into it, we'll just give you like a quick introduction on who we are, like what we do. So, hey, I'm Suprava. We basically run a lead generation agency called AcquisitionX, where we work with B2B companies to help them build their own acquisition systems. Right now, when it comes to us, we help them with their multi-channel acquisition systems. Right, so we take care of their cold email, we take care of the inbound funnel, literally everything that there goes when it comes to getting a lead in. Right. So this is Divyanshi. She's the co-founder, and today we also have Manthan here as well. He's the brain behind all the AI agents and stuff like that when it comes to us. So yeah, let's get started. Divyanshi, I'm handing over the mic to you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, perfect. Just give me a second, guys. Let me just share my screen.
So letting you know the team has come prepared. I did see the kind of material they have. So it's going to be a ride. Go for it.
Just give me a second. My screen is visible, right?
Yep,
Perfect.
big and clear.
Perfect. So guys, now, if you guys are active on LinkedIn, you must have, observed this trend. Each one of us is talking about AI agents. Now, let me give you an example. I started my LinkedIn 5 years before, and we have a GTM partner over here, Manthan. He started literally, 3 months back. So I have a 50K following on LinkedIn, and within a 3 months, this Manthan guy has gained a following of 55K, all because he's posting about AI agent. And why he's getting this kind of crazy engagement? Because the demand is there. And why the demand is there? Because AI agent is, replacing all the heavy tech stack. All these tools, Clay, Zoom Info, Apollo, these are getting replaced. Now, if you try to build an AI agent on your own, it will take you around 2 to 4 weeks. And if you hire someone, it will take you around 2K to 10K. But here in this live, we are going to give you an AI agent template that it's taken us around 4 weeks to build, and we are just going to give it away. So you don't have to build it from the scratch. Now, what you are going to learn. So what, this webinar is going to be all about. Now we will be, giving you, workflow, an AI agent that will, find you leads, enrich the data on LinkedIn, qualify the prospects, personalize the message. Along with that, it will also integrate with your Smartlead. Now, this is the one thing. Now, the second thing, we will be giving you the cold email funnel. For that, you just need to work 5 hours a week, and it will boost your closing rate like anything, build authority, and, community, attract qualified leads at the same time, of course, book you more sales call. Now, guys, if you stay till the very end, this is what you will get. Our own cold email playbook. Everyone is saying, cold email is dead and all, but this is the email playbook that has worked for us, and we keep on A/B testing the thing, so we will be giving it all away. A custom GPT that, writes better emails than your SDR. You may be willing, feeling like that's a very big claim, but for that, you have to test it out. Now, at the same time, what I told you guys, we will be also giving you a free AI agent that I told you about. The entire workflow, it took us around 4 weeks to build, and you don't have to hire anyone else for that. So now, without further ado, let me hand over the mic to Manthan. He will be walking you through the entire AI agent.
Yeah, thank you very much. So guys, like, do you want a PPT presentation, or should we just deep dive right into the practical part of AI agents? Just let me know in the comments. Yeah, it's built on N10. I'm reading the comments. Also,
Deep
awesome.
dive.
So deep dive only.
Great.
Yeah. You guys are the best. So this is the agent that Divyan should talk about that you will get at the end of this webinar. To be honest, it is a clay baby. It is like a workflow that will replace your clay tables. Yeah. So let me show you what this workflow does actually. So we have this result, right? So we have built this ultimate company analysis. Yeah, we have built this ultimate company analysis research workflow inside Anytime. So what it will do is, this is your input. All you need to do is just enter the website or the competitor company that you want to have a deep research. This is the input, and you will get this beautiful output with their company name, their company review. So we are actually focusing more on the real part of the company, like what they are doing, how their positive, negative sentiments are, their business profile, for example, the target audience, unique values, competitive advantage, company culture. This time we weren't able to find out the company culture, then achievements, literally everything. Every page that is available on LinkedIn, we are scraping all of this data with 1/10 of the price that we used to do inside clay.com. So let me show you the workflow that we have built. And so this is our workflow. As I mentioned, this will be the input. Input is basically you have to just add the URL of the company that you want to do a deep search about. Then what we are doing is we are going on the Trustpilot, right? And it's for free. So all you need to do is just go to Trustpilot, and then we are adding the company name. So we will have this all of the reviews available out there. Then after, we want to make sure that we are scraping this data. So for instance, we are going to Trustpilot, and just we are adding the website name. As you can see here, Zomato. So it will go to Zomato. We are doing actually a very marketing. We are going on that web page, and we are scraping all the available data from there. And we have this amazing overview of customer service. Now we have the customer service like a real feedback. So next thing we want to do is we want to go to their website and analyze the web content. That's why this part will come into play. So we are using Gina AI. It is like a very low cost API key that you can use. And we will have a website analysis tool. After that, we want to make sure that we also scrape out any available data they have inside their company LinkedIn URL. So as you guys can see, we are scraping we are manipulating data from three different data sources. First from Trustpilot reviews, second from their own website, and third from their company LinkedIn URL. So in that way, we will have this amazing, like literally A to Z, everything that you need to know about that company. It will be there inside this Google Sheet. And yes, guys, we have built this workflow, and I have around like 30 minutes long of a video how I have built it from scratch. So you will get that as well with this workflow, so that you don't have to build it on your own. Now let's talk about the ultimate why we all are gathered here. It's to build an ultimate lead generation AI agent that will does all the heavy lifting for you, that will run on autopilot without you having to lift a finger. So this is our workflow. And guys, just don't leave the meeting I know it might seem a little bit big and lengthy, but once we break down like step by step or baby step, it will be so easy and crystal clear for you guys. But before getting started, I do want to tell you that it is going to be tough. Like if you're just getting started with NA10, I will say that like I want to be transparent. It is not a piece of cake. Like there is difference between make.com. Like how many of you heard about make.com? Like you guys might be agency owners or yeah. So just let me know if you in the chats. Like have you heard about make.com?
We're great.
We got a bunch of X's. Yeah, we have a bunch of yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So make.com is for everyone. It's for agency owners, business owners, as well as developers. But N10 starts at developers. So there is no face of agency owners and business owners. So like we have to embed a lot of custom codes and everything. But trust me, guys, once you have your hands on N10, you are never going back to make.com as well as like I have to say that you are never going back to clay.com as well. You can do any workflow that you have built in clay table inside N10 at 1/10 or 1/20 of the price. So that's the beauty of using N10. N10 is a local, low code, no code platform, automation platform that allows you to build AI agents without you having to write a single line of code. And that's what we are doing right now. So just stay tuned till the end of this webinar and you will have everything that you need to know in order to build this ultimate lead generation of a AI agent. Yeah. So coming back to the point, you can host N10 for free forever. So that's why like you don't have to pay for a single penny or a single operation that you do for like $1,000 of clay subscription plan. So yeah, it is time to for like a David and Goliath thing. Like sometimes like David will always conquer Goliath. And yeah, we have come to this era. So this is what we are going to build in this lecture. So first of all, do you guys want to see a demo on how this will work? Or like, should I start building it from scratch or should I start experimenting from scratch? Awesome.
I
Yeah.
think we have a lot of yes for
Everyone,
demo because I think that would help us a lot. Yeah, please go for it.
100%. So before the demo, just a minute, guys. I will just close this and you will have this workflow at the end we will give out to you as well as an entire 30-minute lecture, tutorial lecture on how I have built it from scratch. So we are not leaving you anywhere else. So we got you covered. Yeah. So this is what we are going to find out after we just start our workflow. So their LinkedIn URL, their title, literally everything that is available on the web, we will have that information. Their email address, verified email address, their website, which company they are working for, their company LinkedIn URL, as well as what we are doing is we are qualifying those prospects, like are they fitting with our ICP criteria or not? So for those of you guys who don't know what is ICP, ICP is either customer profile or those type of clients that are right fit for us to work with us. Yeah, their qualification potential, there's anything special about their company, anything special, anything new about the company. So we will have all of these things. Then we are creating a hyper personalized icebreaker for each individual, all on its own. As well as lastly, we are going to automatically add those leads into our smart lead campaign without you having to lift a finger. So that's what like everything will be filled. And you can like see the sense. It is similar to Clay table, but we are doing on Google Sheet. Yeah. So let's start this. Again, I will repeat. The only thing you need to enter is the target audience that you are going after and which location you are going after. In this example, I'm just zooming in. I'm using software engineers or my target audience are software engineers and next is location. So obviously software engineers are more based on San Francisco Bay Area. That's why let's say I want to scrape or I want to get software engineers lead list. So I will run this workflow. Yeah. Doesn't it look beautiful to be honest? Yeah. So what we are doing here is we are going to Google's custom API key. So I will open it. You can see we are using Google's API key and this API is for free. Like you can scrape as many data points as you like. And as I mentioned in the Google Sheet, the sky's the limit here. For example, if you want to scrape 3,000 profile, 30,000 profile, the sky's the limit here. You can do it everything. And the next thing we want to do is once we are building the lead list, we want to enrich them on both personal level enrichment and company level enrichment. We want to find out everything about that individual as well as which company they are working for and everything about that company. That's why we are using nebula.co. So nebula.co is a very beautiful platform or proxical. So what like the benefit of using this platform is it won't put your LinkedIn to harm or risk. It will like scrape those data on its cloud. So that's why we are using nebula.co, and it is very cheap as compared to what you guys are paying for apollo.io or clay.com. And then we want to make sure that once we find out their company name, so if I will open it, right? So we have our first prospect. You can see the magic. So I'm just running for the one prospect because to save some time, like we have some time constraint. So we are able to find out their first name, last name, full, their follower counts. So basically, we are scraping everything that is available on their LinkedIn, which country they are working for, that's which area, literally everything about their prospect. Now we have that information. We want to obviously get their email. Otherwise, we won't be able to cold outreach them or add them to our smart lead campaign. That's why we are using drop contact. Guys, you can use anything, for example, Lead Magic, you can use Prospeo, you can use ICPs, but in this example, I'm using Drop Contact. So again, all you need to do is just go to Drop Contact, log in or sign up with your account, and then copy your API key. Let's go back to N8N workflow. And yeah, right now it is executing. So in order to add the API key, click on this pencil button and then paste your API key. That's it. You are now a software developer. You know even way better than me. Yeah, so it is that easy. Guys, like it might feel a little bit technical, but trust me, like since we are breaking down into one by one pieces, it is too easy. Like, and nowadays all of these tools comes with a no code ability. So you don't need to know how to write a single line of code. We have these amazing like tools like ChatGPT or Anthropic Claude. So it's possible for you as well. I'm just 21-year-old. If I can build it, I'm sure like in this room, like there are so many smart people than me. I bet you can also build it on your own. Yeah. So again, what we are doing is first we are building the list for free. So we are scraping Google information and getting their LinkedIn. So this is the first part. So if you open it, you can see it is just going to Google custom search and searching for software engineer in San Francisco. Now, once we have this data, we want to make sure that we find out about their company. So that's why we are using nebula.co in order to find out literally everything about their prospect, their LinkedIn, and their company. Once we have this information, we are feeding them to drop contact in order to find out their email address or phone number. Yeah. After that, this is like we are after that we have two different branches, and it is like a very important thing that you need to do. For instance, we are splitting into two parts. So one part is for if we are able to find out the prospects company LinkedIn URL, then it will follow this branch so that we can find more data points about their company and we can use those data points inside our cold email copy. But unfortunately, sometimes we are not able to find out their company LinkedIn URL. So what we will do is we will go to their website and we will tell our OpenAI, hey, analyze everything that you can from their website and gather all of this information. So we are not leaving out for anything. The chance, so we want to maximize our chance of finding the data and enriching our leads. That's why it is splitting into two different parts. So let's see if we are able to find out the leads, company LinkedIn URL or not. So let's wait for that. After that, yeah, so I will just wait. Do you guys have any question till here? Just let me know in the comments. Yeah, and the reason why we are using loop and wait is there is API hit, like or API limit. You cannot call 30,000 prospects to drop contact. The API will hit a limit. So that's why we are using this wait. Yeah. So awesome. So our drop contact was able to find out the email. And what we are doing here is only valid emails will pass for our rest of our workflow, which is this Nominative Pro. So we are able to find out their LinkedIn. And now we are also able to find out like this workflow will like run like anything now. Awesome. So as you can see, this is our smart lead ad campaign. But yeah, coming back to the point, we are able to find out their company LinkedIn URL. So we will scrape all of the available data on their company page. So if we can see company size, it is very important because we only work with those companies who has more than 50 plus employees. Yeah, so you can use all of this thing for data enrichment as well. So once we have this data, what we want to do is we want to make sure that our prospect meets the ICP criteria that we have. That's why we have built this agent that will qualify our prospect for us, like literally for us. We don't have to do anything. So we are qualifying our prospect on scale of 1 to 10. So if our prospect has more than 5 points in that scale, we will add them for rest of our workflow and we will add those prospect to our cold email campaign because we don't want to deal with bad leads, right? We don't want to message someone who is not right fit for us because eventually they does not have the purchasing power, etc., etc. So we won't use them. After that, we have this amazing another agent that will create hyper personalized icebreaker for them. So so sorry, coming back to the point of qualification agent, you can see our prospect was like 8.5, so our prospect potential is pretty much high. So they have more purchasing power in order of service, etc., etc. And you can define those criterias here. So all you need to do is just change these criterias as per your company or whatever you're going after. In this example, I'm telling Reddit funnels and etc., etc., our school community. Then I'm telling grade the lead on high, medium, low, and on the grade of 0 to 10. Yeah, and it will return your output like this. After that, we want to make sure that if the prospect is qualified, we are creating that first liner, which is hyper personalized, like super duper hyper personalized to each individual. You don't want to send one size fit for all copy to all of your cold email campaigns. Otherwise, Google or Microsoft servers will like literally ban you. So that's why we want to make sure that our each and individual email copy is unique, is different, and is relevant to each prospect. And it should be true. So we are using this icebreaker agent that will create unique icebreakers for every of our prospects. So what we are doing with this icebreaker agent is we are telling our agent, hey, go to our prospect website and find out something very unique about that prospect. So and their website. For example, in this, I'm telling, I know you are tired of automated emails. Everyone is, right? So to prove you this email is not, I can tell you that I love the subtle hover effect on the call to action button adds in an engaging touch of your landing page. So see, for every of your prospect, this thing will be different. And we will use this line as a first liner or as it is like as an icebreaker. Yeah, so they will understand it is not an automated email. They will understand that we have put some efforts. And to be honest, like no one knows how to personalize email copies like this. And we cannot do that inside like anywhere. And that's why we can leverage these type of AI agents to create those super personalized copies and icebreakers for us. So once we have this thing, now we are ready to start cold emailing. But first, we want to make sure that we are storing the data inside a Google Sheet. See, guys, you can use HubSpot, Airtable, ClickUp, whatever you like. But I feel like most of you guys will be familiar with Google Sheet. That's why I'm using Google Sheet. So yeah, all of this thing has been added. So let us go to Google Sheet. Awesome. You can see we have the LinkedIn URL. So let's open. Yeah, Adrenaline, and she's working at this company, Secure Frame, San Francisco Bay Area. That's what our keyword, if you can remember, right? That was our keyword. So we are targeting software engineers who are located in San Francisco. So you can see the accuracy. Like it's not something like you are getting the bad leads. So we are scraping from LinkedIn's data only. Because like what Apollo and Clay is doing, they are basically scraping from LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So what we are doing is we are just directly going to LinkedIn Sales Navigator and scraping data from there and not paying those hefty fees to Clay like $1,000 monthly subscription or Apollo, which Apollo I don't know doesn't make sense. See, I don't have anything against those companies, but yeah, I have to tell the truth. Then we are able to find out their email address. And this email address only will be added if it is valid. So we are dealing with the email verification as well. It is already done. So we don't want to deal with catch-all emails as well as invalid emails. Otherwise, it will drastically decrease our email deliverability and your cold email campaign is like ground to zero. After that, we have the company website that we just saw, Secure Frame, then the company LinkedIn URL, the number of employees, and we are splitting first name, last name because like I cannot add in my copy like, hey, Adrenaline. I want to make sure that it feels like friendly. So we are splitting into first name, last name so that we can use these variables inside our email copy in Smartleads. Then this is the company name. And yeah, this is where the fun begins. Now is actually the time. So all of this thing like you might be doing inside Clay and everything. But from here, it is we are leveraging the power of AI agents that we have built inside N10. So it will qualify our prospect. It will add a potential like high, medium, low, so that we can understand like, do we want to deal with this client or not? Sorry, better say prospect. Then the company description here, it is an automated compliance platform, etc., etc. Then the industry, company size, where they are located. In our example, it is US. Since obviously we are targeting San Francisco Bay Area. Then the specialties. Yeah, so we are literally as many data points as possible. We are adding them inside our CRM. Then any updates, for example, we can see, yeah, Secure Frame has once again been named one of the best American startup employed by Forbes. So we can use this type of personalization. And guys, you can do all of this in Clay, but trust me, you are going to have, yeah, you will have to break banks in order to play Clay for all of this enrichment. At the same time, we are doing this inside our N8N workflow, like basically for pennies, or what you are paying, like 1/20th of the cost. Then we are getting the follower counts, the company's LinkedIn page follow counts, right? After that, this is the icebreaker that I mentioned about. Yeah. And then we will have this amazing yes, does lead is added to our email outreach tool. In our example, Smartlead. So if we go to Smartlead, as you can see, guys, I just created a demo account and I don't have any leads right now, right? So, and then once we refresh it, awesome. There you go. Like literally, you don't have to touch anything. You don't have to do anything. You just have to sleep and then let this machine run 24/7 or whenever you want. So we have our prospect, their company URL, everything is added. So let us go to our email campaign. And Smartlead API documentation is so good. Like even if you are just getting started, like it is so easy for even for a grandma or even for a 5-year-old, they can easily read the documentation and just get started. So yeah, I just want to focus more on the Smartlead side of things because we are so delightful for Smartleads to host us in this webinar. So I will show you how you can add those leads on Autopilot to Smartlead campaigns so that, see guys, we want to make sure that we are automating as many operation as many steps, right? We don't want to do anything manually. Yeah, because I'm lazy and I want to use N8N or make.com in order to like increase my laziness. Yeah. So this is where you can add those leads very easily into smart lead campaigns. So in order to yeah, so before that I will show you. If we go to our setup, yeah, so we have our prospect, we have everything about them, and this is our sequence. So like you can add all the custom variables that we have found from Google Sheet very easily into your campaign. So I will show you. Yeah. So what we are doing here, guys, just tell me. So we have the lead, right? We have our prospect. Now we want to add them to our campaign into Smart Lead. So let's go back. And first of all, we will need Smart Lead API key. So go to settings, and then you will have your API key here. So copy your API key. Let us go back to our N8N workflow. And then simply just type API key and paste your value here. That's it. You are now experienced software developer. Also, so basically that's it. Like it's nothing rocket science. We like there is this notion that N8N and all of these tools like people cannot use. Only like technical or coming with a coding background can use. It's not that. It's the limiting belief of yours, and don't continue this limiting belief, otherwise you are going to hurt yourself in a long run, because I think that's where the world is moving right now. Like we want to make sure that we are automating as much as possible by using automations, workflows, and agents. Yeah. So coming back to the point, what we are doing, we have the lead list, right? We have verified their email address, we have find out everything about them, personalized, created icebreakers, qualify them. Now we want to simply add them to our cold email campaign. So if we scroll down or just go to this API documentation, let's open it, right? Let's close everything. So this is the welcome page. What we want to do is we want to add our lead to a smart lead campaign manually. So if we scroll down, what we want to do is inside lead management, right? We want to add leads to our campaign by ID. So yeah, it is that simple. All you have to use is just your common sense. And as someone said, common sense is not so common. That's why like people are even like it is everything is given to you. There are documentations, there are chat GPT and Claude, they will tell you everything. But you have to just simply apply common sense and you are way better than 99% of the people. Yeah, or population. So we want to add leads to our campaign. And it is given like it is a post method and this is the URL. So just simply copy the URL and paste it inside your campaign. That's it. Boom. And the method is post, right? You can see in the API documentation. Again, I'm not creating this thing out of thin air. I'm not coming up or making this thing. Everything is given in Smart Leads API documentation. And here is our curl code. So just simply copy this curl code, everything, go to N8N and paste it here. Click on import curl code and you will have everything right away. And if we are opening this thing, right? So Yeah, so let me just show it to execution so that you have better understanding. Yeah, to be honest, guys, like it took me more than 7 days to build this. Like it was totally sweat equity, but yeah, I hope you found this valuable, and you will get this output as true. So once this lead has been added, Smartlead will say, "Hey Manthan, we got you covered. You can sleep. We will start a cold email campaign." Yeah. Uh, let's open this. Okay. Yeah, so basically what I'm doing here is I am adding the title, I'm adding the first personalization or icebreaker that we created. So you can see inside custom fields, you can add whatever you like. You can also use, I don't know, like a lot of video personalization platform, create a video for that and add that video in your second or third email copy, because obviously like you want to maximize your chance of like getting the response rate. And I'm adding the icebreakers here. Again, like if you're seeing this for the first time, I know like you will be calling me mad, but once you got the gist of it, like you will love me like anything. Yeah, so we are adding all of these data points and see, yeah, inside we added like custom fields. So if we go to a smart lead campaign, we will have these variables that we can use for our copy. So I just created this campaign, and for campaign ID, right? So you will find your campaign ID here. You need to add your campaign ID and replace it here as per the documentation. Again, I'm not making anything up. Yeah, so just paste your campaign ID here. That's pretty much all you need to do. And if we go to our sequence, let's clear all of this. So we have added obviously the first name. So click on variables. And if we scroll down, we have all of these variables, right? Their name, first name, literally everything about them. So we can add all of this profile into our cold email sequence. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, and you shouldn't be like, you should focus more on the multi-channel outreach nowadays, because everyone, it is the hottest thing under the sun. So it's not limited only to cold emails. You can also use any LinkedIn automation tool, for example, HeyReach, LGM, or La Growth Machine. The sky's the limit here. You just have to be creative. But again, this webinar was more focused on the smart lead side of things. That's why like I haven't added the HeyReach. So this is my HeyReach campaign. Again, very easy, nothing too crazy. And don't use my API key, use your own API key. I'm going to delete this API key right after this webinar. Yeah, again, and we will have all of this information in your CRM. So for example, is this lead added to our LinkedIn campaign? Is this lead added to our cold email campaign or not? Because sometimes the email might not be valid, right? Email might not be able to find out. So we want to not miss out on any single lead. So we will try to go on LinkedIn and we will say, hey, how are you? We have this offer for you. So I hope you got my point, guys. Like it's not limited to only like email. You can also include a multi-channel outreach with this one single workflow. Again, like literally what we are doing here is everything. It's all in one solution. It's the bulletproof for ultimate solution. Again, I will cover what we have done in this entire workflow. First thing first, we have built the lead list, right? For free by using Google Custom Search API. Then we want to enrich on personal level and company level. After that, we want to make sure that we find out, as well as we verified those emails, and we qualify our prospect. Then we are creating icebreakers or hyper personalized copies. And lastly, we are adding to our outreach campaigns, for example, smart lead cold email campaigns or HeyReach LinkedIn automation. So I don't think like there is any single step left. We are doing full company enrichment. We are doing full personal level enrichment. And yeah, again, coming back to the point, all you need to do is just change the query that you are going after. For example, let's say if you want to target dentists in London, so simply type dentist and London. That's pretty much it. Like even like anyone can do it. And this Q stand for query. Again, like it. So just you have to be a little bit creative about this thing. You have to just read some documentation, for example, smart lead, Google API key, then drop contact. But I think like it's doable. Like it's not the hardest thing to do. Like people are going to Moon and Mars. Like you can at least build this workflow on your own. It's nothing too crazy, guys. Yeah. So this is what we have built, and I hope you found this valuable. Like you can see again, everything is done on its own. So basically, right now, I was just forcing this workflow. Basically, I set around like every day at 9 a.m. and it will scrape out top 1,000 leads. And I can like always send out like 1,000 cold emails without me having to do like even having to open this workflow, as well as it is for free. Like if you are using Clay, like just like a good luck with the fees that you have to pay. because they don't give API access in like lower plans, in $150 plans. Again, I don't have anything against Clay. Like I have entire 5 or 6 hour course on Clay. But yeah, things have changed and people are not mad. Like these companies are ripping you off, like ripping you apart if you like just paying. And by using this type of workflows, like merely for around, let's say, $30 to $40, you are able to find out 10,000 prospect, like highly qualified prospect, like fitting your ICT criteria. You cannot do that all of this thing inside Clay. Like trust me, it is so hard. Like when I was starting inside Clay, like I don't know what is conditions, formulas. I was having a miserable time, and I still do. But yeah, I will accept the learning curve is steeper in both Clay and N10. But I will say N10 is worthwhile because you can do as many customization as you want, and there is no limit here. Like
Right.
you just need to be technical. Yeah. So that's all from my side. I will hand over the mic to Suprabha. Again, if you have any question, do let me know in the chats. We are always happy to help. Thank you very much. I
I
hope you
have
found this
one.
very. Yeah,
Absolutely,
please.
absolutely, Manthan. And this was kind of super helpful. It was gold, but also for people like me, right? One question I had is for a beginner, how much of a time or how hard it is for them? How much time would it take for them to implement this?
Yeah, best question. So sorry, like I had to answer this at first. Yeah, but guys, I built this for around 7 days, but you can build this. See, we have already built this for you. You don't have to build this on its own. Just you need to change some fields as per your own. But if you're just starting out, I will be transparent. It is going to take you a lot of time if you're just getting started with this API calls and HTTP request. But I will say like maximum 15 days. And once you have got the gist, it's not like the one workflow. You can build as many workflows as you like we have literally so many workflows, and all of them are Clay killer. Basically, like I'm happy to show you, like we are doing this research assistant by Perplexity, like literally everything that you're doing inside Clay. uh yeah, yeah, then finding the company tech stack, literally everything. So see, like this is a small baby, like it's a baby only a mother can love. Yeah, you can build this and you don't have to pay Clay like 500 prospect. You are just paying $150. But here we are using yeah, Clay is ripping you apart, like ripping you off. I want to be frank. You can do it for nearly $5 that what you are paying for Clay at $150. Yeah. Yeah. And it's easy. Like you have all the resources available out there, right, brother? Like you have YouTube, you have these courses, you have this our communities. We are always happy to help. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Manthan.
So,
So, Prabha, over to you,
over.
ma'am.
Great. Great. All right. Thank you very much, Manthan. That was super insightful. And I think people do have like a lot of questions, which we will take on, by the end of this webinar. But for now, what I'm going to show you is like right now, what we understood is how exactly you scrape those leads, right? Like how exactly you get their email IDs, how do you verify them, right? Now, what we are going to understand is how exactly you launch a campaign that does not feel like a cold email, right? So let me just share my screen and walk you guys through the funnel. And by the way, let me tell you, this one funnel we recently started doing, like I think December onwards. And I got this idea by having like a call with someone. They were doing it, and I was, blown away when I heard about it, right? And we started implementing this since January, and like we have increased our close rate by 7 to 10%. So yeah, let me just share my screen and walk you through it. And yeah. Yeah. So is my screen visible, guys? Just give me a thumbs up.
Yep, we can see it.
Okay, perfect, perfect. All right. So when it comes to cold email campaigns, the best cold email campaign does not feel like a cold email, right? I think we all do cold email here since we are here with Smartlead, right? We must, have tried it in the past at least. So in this funnel, what will happen? I'll just give you like a very quick brief. The first thing that you do is you launch like the same thing like how you do, your the usual way. And the only catch here is you do not invite them like for a one-on-one call. You invite them like for a private webinar, right? So that's the only catch here. And something I've noticed in this funnel is you get super high close rates, right? I'm not even talking like you need to be like on a lot of calls. You take like the least amount of calls, but you still end up closing the most, right? So if you do high ticket sales, you must have noticed like somehow you end up taking at least 2 to 3 calls, right? Let's take if you are doing like a 3K per month retainer offer, right? For them, you must have noticed like you at least will have to follow with them so many times, even if the client, even if the prospect is like, okay, we are interested, but at the same time they're like, you need to follow up with them, then they're like, oh, we need to confirm with our team. There's so much drama goes on, right? And sometimes they don't close it. So like all these times you just, it just gets wasted. So in this funnel, you don't have to, go on so many calls, but at the same time you close better, right? So let me walk you through the funnel, like how exactly it looks like. Then I'll show you a few frameworks that have worked really great for us, right? So the first thing that you're going to do is send them like a normal cold email, like how you do it, right? The second thing that you're going to do is you need to frame the email template in a way where you make it seem like it's something very exclusive, like it's something that no one is doing it right now in the industry, but there is demand for it, right? The third thing, you need to, invite them for your webinar. You need to basically do like a small webinar. By the way, this webinar thing, it will be more like 7 to 15 people, not more than that. Okay, so that it feels like super private, and it gives you like a, very high attention rate. Because right now, since we are also doing the webinar, I'm pretty sure if I think we have around 380 people watching right now. I'm 100% sure maybe like 10 or 20 people are actually attentive, right? So what happens when the webinar is super close, people become more attentive, because basically become like a one-on-one session, but you're doing it with, like a lot of people. So that's what it is. So once the webinar is done, you add them to like a Slack channel, right? Because sometimes what happens, like people are like, okay, so this is something we definitely are interested in, but maybe right now we recently hired a team, so we are just going to experiment with the team, like how they're performing, and if they do not perform well, maybe we will come back to you guys in the next 3 months. So for that reason, you need to add them to like a Slack channel and warm them up. If you see all the successful, like all the big companies, they have their own private Slack channel, right? And just ask yourself, like, why do they do that? Even Smartlead has their own, right? You must think like, oh, maybe this is because they're like a software company. That's not the case. Let me tell you one thing. We also help our clients build their own, private Slack channel through campaigns like this. And we have seen most of the client, like most of their prospects come from the Slack channel. Like they're like, okay, so this is something, I'm looking for it right now. Let's hop on a call. And the best part is they instantly close. So this is the entire funnel. Now let me tell you how exactly you can, like what are the benefits of it. Okay, so first of all, you don't have to do like 5 calls a day. Like if you're someone who is doing like massive cold email, sending like massive cold emails, like earlier I used to take around like 4 or 5 calls, which had discovery call, and then it was like a funnel breakdown call, right? So I think most of the teams here who are watching us have the same business model. Like first you hop on a call, you understand their requirements, and then you walk them through like an entire funnel that can work for them. So that's something I was doing, and it was, I'll be very honest, like it was very, like a lot of my time was just going away. And people were, when we were following up, people were like, okay, you guys are being too salesy, like we don't care about that. So in this webinar, what happens is you become the authority, right? And if you think about it, whenever there is some authority, there's trust, right? And if there's no trust, they're not going to convert, right? So in this webinar, what happens, you position yourself as the authority. It's like they are coming to you, they're asking you question like, oh, like, help this with this outbound system, or why this cold email is not working for me. So they are asking this solution for you. So you are framing it, even though you are reaching out to them, you are framing it in a way that they need you, you don't need them, right? So that's what the mindset is with this. This is basically like a very psychological hack if you think about it. So, and the best part about it is like very few people are doing it. Like I honestly don't know, like any of you guys are doing it right now. Just drop me in the chat, let me see if you guys are doing something like this, so that we'll know like if this is something very unique. Okay, I cannot see the chat for some reason. Can someone tell me, like, so guys, anyone else doing, it feels like we are in this funnel? You can say like to some extent, but not exactly. Yeah. Okay. Great. Great. So yeah, that's how it is, right? The funnel is like very uncommon. Like very few people are doing it, and since a lot of you are telling like you are doing the same, to some extent you can say. But what you will do is you will get only like 7 or 15 people, not more than that, because that feels super private, right? So it's like what we are doing is it's like, give and take. Like we are just giving link to anyone who is asking to be added in this webinar, and that's what we're doing. So, but you are not going to do this, right? So that just increases your conversion rate. So that's basically the entire framework. You can also do so. Once you add them inside the Slack channel, you can like also do a lot of other things, like you can help them with, so what we do is we sometimes offer them like a free cold email setup. Okay, sometimes we also offer them something that they are struggling with. So these are like few things we do. You can see like whatever, it's something that doesn't feel very crazy, you can do that. So this is the basic system. You don't have to like go crazy about it. Now I'm going to show you the copy that the most best copy that have worked for us with this system especially. So what we do is, if you see, this is the template and this is the copy. I'll walk you through the template first. Let me know if you guys can see my screen, or should I just zoom in a little? Okay, I'll just zoom in. Okay. So if you see the headline, okay, my team likes you. First of all, let's break down the psychological perspective of it. Whenever you think, like whenever someone says that, like I like you, or whenever you see like the other person is somewhat interested in in some aspect, especially in a cold email, they will think instantly, it will boost something in their mind. Okay, I need to see at least what they have to say. Like, because most of the cold email templates, something I've seen is it's like quick question, company name, then their name. These are like very common templates, and people, to be honest, are very, irritated by it. They just simply, send it to the spam folder. So if you see this copy, it's like you are getting them involved in, right? So then again, like the first name we keep, then got your email from LinkedIn. We're hosting a super small live on X, just 15 people only. Now, if you see this part, right, got your email from LinkedIn, because if you guys have been doing cold emailing, you would notice people are very irritated. Like when you send them a cold email, they're like, how did you get my email? Just take me off the list. Okay, they'll just scream at you. Like, I don't like, we have received so many such messages. Like whenever we do cold email, they're like, who gave you my email? Right. So here, what this is happening is it's acting like a pattern interrupt, right? You are saying something that they were not expecting, usually in a cold email. Like, you are telling them, you're being very honest, like where exactly you got their email from. Now, for the second email, second line, if you see here, someone on our team literally said first name should be here. So here I am. So here what happens again, you are making them feel involved in the template, right? You are making them, so they will feel like, okay, even if this is not the very much ethical way, I would say, or maybe very much truthful way, but it works, guys, it works. Okay. And I think with cold email, I don't think any of us here are very truthful. So yeah, this is something that works really, really well when it comes to the cold emailing part, right? Now, the third part is, would love to invite you for a private webinar on how we are, whatever the outcome is, whatever the webinar is about. Now, if you see here, right? So since the private word is there, I have noticed something, like we have A/B tested this entire funnel a lot of times, is whenever there are words like private or, something secretive, people are very much interested. They're like, okay, what is it? Like, we want to know about it. So this is, again, that's how it works. Then the simple CTA, if you're up for it, I'll send you the link. It's happening on this date, right? So this is one template we have seen, like, with the most results from. Now I'm going to show you the copy that we saw most results from. So this is the copy. Here what we do is we target SDRs who have changed their job in the last 3 months. Okay, so these are basically people who are very, new to the company. Now, if you think about from like a company perspective, whenever a SDR joins a company, they have, this huge pressure on them. Like they need to meet they need to be the best, because whenever SDR hiring goes on, right, it's not like the companies just hire like one SDR. They mostly hire like a group of SDR. They see who is performing the best, and based on that, they, have that quota. They need to meet that quota, right? So if you see, the intent here is basically that they need to meet the quota, right? So the same copy, my team likes you. Noticed you recently made a move, so we acknowledge that what exactly is going on with their life. Now, we tell them, like, we are running a private session for SDR showing how this funnel books 30 plus calls per month without cold outreach. Now, something we have A/B tested and we have, noticed is most SDRs, especially in their first 6 to 8 months, rely on cold outreach, especially with LinkedIn and cold emailing, right? So now what we are doing here is we are telling them something that we are doing something which does not require cold outreach. Now, again, this acts like a very much pattern interrupt, is what I would say, because they were not expecting, and they will instantly think like, okay, so this is something I was not expecting. I mean, what other platforms are even there? And since they're new, they would be 100% interested to hear more on it, right? Next, someone on our team, the same way, and then the time and link. So this is one of the framework and one of the template that have worked like really, really great for us. I'm not saying that you need to copy paste the exact same thing. You can just experiment what works, because something I've realized, like, no matter how much templates, frameworks, and things like that goes around, it just becomes very off date after a while. This is something I've noticed when it comes to cold email. So yeah, you guys see whatever works out the best for you, you do it based on that. So yeah, this is the entire funnel that is working out really great for us at the moment, because we only do like one webinar on like a weekly basis. And in that webinar, we try to help them out, like how we are doing it right now. Is only issue is only thing is only like 7 or 10 people joins us, not 300 people. So it becomes like super intimate. Like they don't have to wait like in the end for the question. They just ask the question directly. And another best part about is if you think about it, all the sales call that you take, it mostly has the same kind of questions, just dressed in some different wordings or whatever. So here you are addressing the same kind of issues from people at once. So just think about it, you're saving more time, you are making them think it's their idea. So yeah, overall, this is, I feel, one of the best till now. But yeah, let me know if you guys are gonna try this. And I'm gonna give my mic to Divyanshi now. So
Yeah,
from here. Yeah.
perfect. Let me just share my screen, guys.
Yeah.
Is my screen visible to all?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. So guys, recently only we have launched a community that is AcquisitionX. Here we were talking about one AI agent, but over here we have like 7 AI agents. We have one sales call prep, lead gen prep, referral, Slack, Twitter, Google Maps scraper, email classifier. And we just launched it, 1 week back, and we already have like 130 members. And let me just, give you a quick walkthrough through the classroom section. This is all the content that we have over here. We have the inbound lead, outbound funnel, the cold email playbook, and we have the Reddit inbound funnel. Reddit, I believe, is the blue ocean strategy right now. We were talking about AI agents, but at the same time, I feel Reddit is quite underrated. And we also have something regarding Clay also, regarding AI agents, cloning AI voice agents, everything. We also have something regarding graphics also. So we have Manthan over here. His posts are going like viral like anything. Each post is, I guess, getting around 1,000 to 2,000 likes.
More
And
than
we have more than that, right?
6,000. Yeah, around
Viral
6,000.
like anything.
Almost like every post he has like more than 1,000 likes,
And
with
he's like receiving DMs like crazy and comments like, how do you
every
make your
seconds.
graphics and all and all and all. And we have a course on that also, like exactly how he does it, graphics and everything. And we also have the community. All the people are here who keep on posting. We also, do weekly webinars and stuff. And we have Good Friday tomorrow. That's why we are running an offer. So for 7 days, you can try out this community for absolutely free. If you don't like it, you can just go out of this and, don't don't indulge in it. So let me just, drop in the link quickly. So Prabha, can you just ping
Yeah,
it over?
yeah. I'll drop the link. Hold on. So
Okay.
guys, this is something, So you get like 7 done for you AI agents inside. Plus you get access to all the funnels that we usually do for our agency for our own clients. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any doubt or if you want to reach out to us over LinkedIn. Also, if any one of you, like anyone here, want us to help you out with your own lead generation system, like if you have if you're having some issues with your cold email, if you're having any issues with your campaigns, you can reach out to us. We'll see like what exactly is going on and we'll try to help you out. So yeah, guys, that's
Just
pretty.
DM me or Suprava on LinkedIn funnel, and if you want, done for you service, we will be happy to help. That's it, guys. Any questions you may have?
100%. There are a lot of questions for you guys on the chat.
Yeah.
So ideally, I'd have mine
Chat was
ready.
flooded with questions.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Ideally, I'd have my questions ready, but this time, since there are a lot, I don't want to be biased. So, people, the floor is open for questions. You have the React icon in the center. Click on that, raise your hand, and turn on your video. I'll spotlight you. You can directly shoot your questions to the team. Again, I can't assure we'll be answering every single question because of the time restrictions we have, but the team will do their best. So, again, React, raise your hand, turn on your video, and we'll spotlight you. Anyone yet? Any questions? We have 325. Oh, there we have it. First one is Chetan, adding you to spotlight, sir. Can you unmute yourself?
Hello team, thank you for the webinar. So my question is that I am into the business of exporting physical goods like granite, marble, fruits and vegetable and spices. So how can I use this system, especially the cold DM system? Okay, because I see that you guys, if you are approaching, you are approaching for digital services, but I am actually here selling physical goods like granite, marble, ceramic tiles, fruits and vegetables. And their first liner or icebreaker has to be relatable to the person. How can this system actually be useful for me if I'm exporting physical goods?
Okay. So for physical goods, I think cold email could work well, but I feel cold calling is one of the, thing that will work out the best for you, because since it's more offline business, I feel cold calling could be, very, very good for you. Like you can hire some SDRs, like get them on board.
Cold call is one aspect, definitely, but a majority of the people actually are doing through LinkedIn cold DMs. Even I'm also doing it. But
Great.
the aspect here is my biggest hurdle is that how do I approach a person who is completely stranger to me or I am stranger to them? Because the first message has to be relatable to them. If I do manually, I can definitely do keep okay. I saw your profile and then I'm writing. But if we have to automate it, that
So one thing I will suggest right now, right? Since I'm guessing that you're using your own LinkedIn account. So since LinkedIn is getting like really, really strict with, automation and stuff like that, like we are not using automation, still we are getting like, restrictions from LinkedIn. So I will suggest like best if you do it manually, like that's the best way right now. But if you want to automate in case, is what you can do is you can get a few accounts from Getlia. These guys, they offer like $99 per month LinkedIn accounts you can get from there, and you can use HeyReach to automate the entire funnel. So that's something I will suggest. But again, with LinkedIn, it's very, very strict. Like
yes,
our account just gets
yeah, it has happened with me already.
yeah. So that's very crazy with LinkedIn. But yeah,
Awesome.
so that's
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Chetan. Next up is Eamon. Let me add you to spotlight, sir. Apologies, I have 6 dogs. There you go. Go for your questions. Can you unmute yourself? Perfect.
Hello, hi guys. Hi.
hey,
Uh,
I think we met on the
yeah, in Bangalore, yeah. So
yeah.
I'll ask my question, right? So, firstly, love the NA10 thing, Manthan. It's crazy. I don't understand half of it, but it sounds very cool. I can't wait to try it out. It looks super complicated also, so like, thanks for that free agent. Okay. My question is, see, I have a team of 10 people, but sadly nobody in my outreach or marketing or sales team essentially. It's only me doing it, right? I use LinkedIn. I use like AimFox to kind of automate my connections and like kind of send DMs out. Are you guys telling me I can just use this agent thing, scrape leads for free, and DM them through a LinkedIn tool or an email tool for free completely? Because I can't like comprehend
Yeah.
that.
So I will tell you one thing. So we are using Nebula and Drop Contact, right? So we need to pay something. Like we cannot get that free. We are getting the LinkedIn free by using Google Search Custom API key. So that part is free. But what doing inside Clay, right? So we have this waterfall enrichment and all of this data provider. So we have the same thing, but we are doing inside our end-to-end workflow. And you can buy this subscription of Lead Magic, Drop Contact, like at a very cheap price that what you are paying to Clay. Yeah. Again, I don't have anything against Clay, but yeah, you can use this type of APIs, and yeah, and it's limited to you, and you don't have to pay like those per enrichment cost that you pay inside Clay. You get that free. So again, I have to make that distinction, right? Obviously, Open AI API key you have to pay, but
Of
again,
course.
it's just pennies. For example, if you are selling more than $500, like and lifetime value is around 5,000, $10,000, for you it will be like a casino thing. Every time you run the workflow, like 7777 thing. Yeah. So for mere pennies, we have to pay like, because in order to get the good data, I genuinely want to pay for the good leads rather than just getting it from like anywhere.
That makes sense. So essentially, I'm paying for the tools inside the NATM, which is like stuff like you mentioned Hey, you mentioned some other Nebula, right? Those things.
Yeah. Sorry.
Of course, OpenAI tokens also I got to pay for. But other than that, is just connecting these tools together. So no human is kind of sitting and doing the stuff. That's the cool part about it. I'm automating the human from doing it. Just
100%. That's the beauty of it. And
Yes,
everything
that's
like
true.
the leads value is very qualified. Like we are not targeting a low average leads. They are all verified, like it's valid emails. So that's the beauty of it. So genuinely no human interaction needed. Once you have built it up, like you're good to go like as many times as you want for different type
got
of
it. I have one more
prospects.
question for Suprava. You just mentioned that LinkedIn automation is kind of uh, frowned upon at the moment,
Yeah.
right? Like, how do I stay away from that? Because I have a following on LinkedIn right now, and it's kind of an asset for me. And the last thing I want is to like lose that account. So, like, how do I kind of be in the clear while also sending our DM automated, right? Um, DMs, connections automatically. How do we kind of stay in the clear?
Right. So make sure whatever automation you're using, it's cloud-based. Okay. So that's one of the major thing. Now, when it comes to the automation part, you can, so most of these automation, they'll have some timer in, right? So you can like, make it as long as possible. So something I will suggest is like maybe 5 or 10 DMs in the next, only 5 minutes, something like that, I will suggest. And another thing LinkedIn has started noticing is if you're using the same kind of template as just copy pasting to everyone. So the
Mm.
same thing like how you use pin text with cold emailing, something I will suggest to do with LinkedIn as well. Right. So you need to like, uh, just maybe have the same framework, but just change the copy a little bit so that LinkedIn doesn't mark you as spam. So you don't even need to do any automation for that. LinkedIn is just, analyzing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and one piece of advice, like don't use your own LinkedIn profile. So we have our VAs, so we use their LinkedIn profile for automation. Like it's our asset for us, like it's our personal brand. We don't
We
want to
don't.
lose it. So just buy them, yeah, 100%. Never do it on your own LinkedIn profile.
And
Just like get
Yeah,
more
that's
somewhere.
And
probably a
even
good
we do
point.
not even do any outreach when it comes to LinkedIn. We don't do
Yeah.
only like all the lead magnets that we also post on LinkedIn. What we do is we scrape the emails, then we do like a email campaign from it. Like that's something we do.
Or we have a VA for it, because even like people call me the automation guy, but still I don't even run a single automation on my LinkedIn because they will instantly know, right? That's why like
Wow.
I don't want to mess.
It's
Exactly. So
that bad, is it?
yeah,
That
so
kind
for
of
example, yeah, for example, if you're using Apollo Chrome extension or any Chrome extension, they
Yeah.
can see this person is this one. Like literally, they have everything available on their website. And if you're using a lot of like those Prospero, like because like like they remove Apollo, they remove Seamless AI, Prospero founders and everything. LGM, La Growth Machine, because it was scraping from Linux system. Yeah.
got it. That makes sense. So
All right. I
one
mean,
last thing I'll head off. So in this in your community, right? In your thing you mentioned right now, you have more AI agents also. Can you mention like some other very good use cases that you have that we can use if you enjoy the community?
Yeah, yeah. So we are offering like 7 done for you AI agents inside the community that you can just use for lead generation and your like daily work. So that's one of the major thing. Apart from that, we also have like our funnel systems videos, like huge breakdowns. Manthan has spent like so many time to just build those videos. So yeah, you get literally everything inside the community.
Okay, awesome. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Great. We can take on the next question. We can push.
Butter John, if you can turn on your video, I'll spotlight you. Our team, sorry to be a buskill, guys, but a kind request to limit to one question because we have a lot of hands raised and we don't want to accommodate as much as possible. So, Butter John, if you can turn on your video, there you go, sir.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing? So I just had one question. I came a little bit late. Was the outreach for LinkedIn only or for cold email as well?
Yeah, it's multi-channel outreach. Like you can just add a node and it will do the multi-channel outreach.
Mhm. Okay, so I have a question for cold email and I have a question for LinkedIn. For cold email, how many emails are you guys like? Do you guys suggest that we send? How many dedicated domains do we need? How many emails can we use? And do we have to have a dedicated IP for each domain?
Right. So if you're just starting out, what I will suggest is just start very slow, because right now you must have heard like so many things are going on with emails as well, right? So I will suggest like start with maybe 200 to 500 cold emails per day. And when it comes to emails, like what with one email ID, what you can do the best, something I will suggest is start with like 15 cold emails on a day, on like a daily basis. So this is one thing. Another thing is when it comes to domain, only like I will suggest just have one email per domain. But if you want to go ahead and have 2 domains, that is also fine. But do not have like 3 emails per domain. So that's where you land in spam. So yeah, that's something I will suggest.
What about sending a link? Because I do know that if you send a link, it does decrease the deliverability rate. So
Yeah.
what I used to do is that I used to just make them give me their information, like their first name, last name, email address, and I would just book a call on behalf of them. That's what would work for me. But I do know that sending a link does hurt the deliverability. So
Yeah.
do you guys suggest the same, or what do you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
suggest?
100%. So no link, no images, no PDF, no, nothing. Like you should not even have your signature on, because a lot of people, they have their company signature on and they just do that. Don't do that. Okay. Just keep it like super simple. Just think the cold email as you're talking with your friend. Okay. Like how will you talk with them? Keep it as casual as possible. Keep it very small. And you can also ask ChatGPT to keep it phone user friendly oriented. You can also use our GPT-4 that will give you after this webinar. So that is basically something we have trained it entirely. So if you ask it to write some email, it'll give you exactly how we have trained it. So yeah, that's pretty much. No,
And okay,
Butter
thanks
John,
so much.
thank you so much, sir. There you
One
go.
last question. Okay.
So guys,
Next up,
we can do, if you want, you can also DM us on Slack, or you can also DM us on LinkedIn. Okay, like we are not dying. Okay, so we can take, I think, another 5 question. Then if you have any more question, you can DM us over LinkedIn or Slack. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in this
perfect.
community. You can DM us over there also.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, guys. Thank you for that. But next up is Pradeep. Pradeep, can you unmute yourself? There you go.
Excuse me. Hey guys.
Hey,
So
Pradeep.
thank you for doing this. I wanted to quickly see if this process can be adapted for scraping local business leads who are not on LinkedIn. Like, I don't
Like
know,
Google Apps.
roofers, plumbers, that type of thing, right?
Like
Who are
they're
not
on
necessarily,
Google Apps.
pardon me?
I think they will be on mostly Google Maps, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's primarily Google, and then I don't know how you would enrich them because if it's not on the
Yeah, yeah,
website,
yeah.
because most of the folks don't have their info on the website, you know?
Correct. So scraping Google Maps is, very, very easy. I think Manthan has built a scraper for that also, that which we are giving inside the community. You can just, use that. But if you don't want to join the community, if you, want to do it yourself, I think you can also use Clay. You can also, if you just search Google Maps scraper, you'll get it. Now, since you mentioned that it will be local businesses, you can also target from Facebook groups because there you'll see like a lot of people just being active, especially roofers or any sort of local. You'll see like specific groups, communities. So yeah, that's also something you can scrape and you can send them directly from the Facebook itself.
So you'd have to scrape the Facebook group using whatever tools
Yeah.
for the names and then enrich them.
So on Facebook, no enrichment is needed actually because unlike LinkedIn or Google Maps, on Facebook, people usually use their personal email, right? That's something like more of a personal platform. So you can just directly DM them. There are like a lot of DM tools on Facebook, so you can use that or you can just do it manually.
Okay, can we connect offline? I don't want to take too much of everybody else's time. Is that possible?
I'll just drop my LinkedIn here, guys. Just
No, I already sent you an invite, so if you can accept that, that would be great.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Respect that, Pradeep. Thank you so much. Next up is Ax. Here you go, sir. Can you unmute yourself? Perfect. There you go.
Hey guys,
Hey.
thanks for this lovely demonstration. It's very, very helpful. Currently our company we're using Clay, $349 a month. Absolute crazy. We use Apify, which for Pradeep, that's also a scraper which you could use. And then we use Apollo, we use HubSpot, and we use sorry, just excuse me. And we use Apollo, HubSpot, and Lemlist as well. So I just want to know, out of all those in our stack, because I'm busy building that build, and I actually want to get rid of. I don't really want to use Clay, but the owners want to use Clay. I just want to know this AcquisitionX, where the school.com, where this folder is, or this link. What is the $99 a month include?
Right. So in the $99 plan, you will get 7 done for you AI agents. We are actually releasing 3 more AI agents in the coming weeks. But yeah, for now, you'll instantly get 7 done for you AI agents that are like, one is the ultimate AI agent, which is like the best alternative of Clay, is something I would suggest. Another is the Google Maps. There's another for sales tool. Like if you're hopping on a sales call, it will just, give you all the data. Yeah. So these are like few. Yeah, Manthan, go ahead, please.
So sorry, please
He
continue.
can explain better. He can explain the AI agent. Yeah, Manthan, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So whatever you are building in Clay, you can use that inside Anytime, or basically you can build that, right? So you don't need to pay those. So see, like there is no one side fit for all workflow or AI agent. You have to work according to your use case or business. I'm not telling that my workflow will work for all of you guys, but yeah, I will give you the base or the foundation, and then you just have to like put cherry on the top and then start launching your campaigns. Yeah, so I will say one thing, like whatever you can build inside Clay, you can do pretty much that with N10 with as flexibility as you like.
Okay, cool. Okay, so sorry, so we also use Make. I just recently got a subscription with them.
So like basically we don't want to spend a single penny and we want to minimize our cost. So we are hosting N10 basically for free. Like I'm using Docker, I'm using Railway. So I'm using a lot of things just trying out, but it's 0 penny, 0 operation. So in make.com, like there is 10,000 operation, you will spend it like instantly if you are like running for load. So you have to pay like I have seen agencies paying like 50,000, 60,000 to make.com per week, sorry, per month. But if we use, yeah, trust me, like there are enterprise deals. But if we use N10, you have unlimited number of workflows and operations. The sky's the limit here, and that's why like N10 wins over the game. And nowadays, like it's the hottest thing under the sun right now. It's like a new buzzword.
Yeah.
So if I have so all those platforms that I mentioned, if I want to get rid of all of those, would I be able to do everything through AcquisitionX?
Oh, no. Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, please go ahead, Supra.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I lost you. Can you just repeat the question?
Sorry, I just want to know if I wouldn't say I would get rid of all the apps that we have, but if I wanted to build my own automation build through AcquisitionX, would I be able to do that? Would I be able to build a automated lead system where I can just push leads from, let's
Yeah.
say, yeah.
Yeah. So
Is
absolutely.
everything inside? Is everything inside AcquisitionX? Is what I actually mean is it's so if I wouldn't actually need all those other tools.
Right. So right now, the ones that we have is more, oriented to clay, right? So if you are thinking about just, lead scraping tools, that's something, you usually get. But when it comes to sending the cold emails or, sending LinkedIn DMs, so for that, we do not have any AI agents at the moment. So Smartlead is something I feel, non-replaceable, no AI agents or, anything could replace it. So yeah, that's something I would suggest. Not entirely, but the major tool like the clay, right, or any other software where you're spending like a lot. I think yeah, that's pretty much what you can do. Also, if you can give us, if you can just DM me after this, like a screenshot of your tool stack, then I would be able to, reply a little better on this question because I need to.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, great. All right.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a million.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Jack.
Pleasure.
Next up is Saib Khan. There you go, sir. Can you unmute yourself? Perfect.
Hi. First of all, thank you so much, guys. It was super fruitful. And Suprava, I have been following you since months, and your content is great.
Thank
Guys,
you very much.
actually, Suprava, I am trying to reaching out you via LinkedIn, but you are not responding over there. Can you please actually respond me over there? I have some sort of questions. I think it will take more time. So I think we should be talking over there or if you can just give me 10 or 15 minutes. So it would be
Sure,
great.
sure. So can you do one thing? Can you just DM me funnel this word so that I can just search? Because right now I'll show you my LinkedIn. It's like going crazy. So
Just tell me the code word. I will send that.
just funnel is the code word, guys, for this webinar. If you have any question, anything regarding this, just I'll just drop my LinkedIn also here. So yeah, here I've dropped my just
Actually, I have a SaaS product, so I think I need just 10 to 15 minutes of yours, so I could actually figure out how to actually build up my own outreach thing.
Got it. Yeah, please DM me funnel over LinkedIn and I'll try to see what I can do.
Thank you, Saib. I didn't know this was the question, but thank you so much. Next is Vaibhav. If you can turn on your video, sir, I'll spotlight you.
Vaibhav is coming.
Yeah, it's not Vaibhav Namburi, it's Vaibhav Nahar. So different Vaibhav, but V was here. Spotlight. Can you unmute yourself?
Hi,
Perfect.
am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, loud and clear.
So, first of all, guys, my mind is completely blown what you guys are doing. I've been following Suprava for quite, couple of months, but this is the first time I'm attending this webinar. Sorry, just a second. Hi, can you hear me again?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So I just have a very simple question. I've just started my agency, creative agency, just recently. I'm just taking step one. So where would you suggest I should, start with for, doing this?
Right. So since you're just starting out, I think the first thing you should do is go to YouTube. You will get literally everything, like everything inside YouTube. Okay. So you don't have to, go crazy with AI agents and all these softwares, other concepts. Just go to YouTube. Just pick anything. You don't even need to right now, sign up for Smartlead also. If you're just starting out, just use your own Gmail account and start sending out cold emails. Like getting the email, you can use Apollo's LinkedIn extension. Okay, but be very careful, with LinkedIn if you're doing LinkedIn outreach also. So yeah, just get the emails from there, send, very personalized emails. And yeah, that's one thing I will suggest since you're just starting out right now.
Got it, got it. So, should I just search for your YouTube channel?
No, we
Or
do not have any YouTube,
okay,
but you can search for anything that you want. You'll get literally everything on YouTube. So that's something I will suggest, especially any of you here, if you're starting out, everything is there on YouTube, guys. You don't need to go crazy with anything else.
Awesome. Vaibhav, I hope that's all you had. Thank you, boss. Next up, and the last question for the day, Talha, you're the one, sir. Adding you to Spotlight. If you could unmute. There you
Yes,
go.
fine. Thank you so much. Thank you for your amazing webinar. I was driving home, and instead of music, I was listening to your webinar. Amazing stuff, guys.
Thank
And
you for that.
I was working on automation today. Lead emails, cold emails. I just had one small query. We have a whole flow, but I want to get stats on that, like how many opened the view and how many replied to that. So, is there any free tool there that we can link to it?
So what I will suggest is if you're doing any sort of cold emailing right now, best is to not do any open tracking. Best is to just avoid any kind of tracking right now, because I'll tell you the concept behind it. All these softwares, right? Whoever helps you see like how many people have opened your email, how many people have not. What they do is they use this one thing called pixelated image, right? So what happens is whenever image goes right now, according to the new rules of Google, if there are any images, any links, it just shows directly, are you sure this email is safe, it has an image, something like that it shows, and it just lands
Spam.
on their spam. Yeah, so best is to not, I mean, just think, tracking the reply rate is fine for now, which Smartlead anyway gives you properly. But yeah, don't track open rates for now at least. So that's something I'll
Okay,
suggest.
okay. So keep away from it. Okay, got it.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. So I think we are pretty much done with the questions. If you have any more questions, please DM me over LinkedIn. I'll just drop my LinkedIn right over here, the chat. And in case if I'm not replying today, I'll try to reply by tomorrow, because right now, since we are in IST time zone, it's almost 10 p.m. I'll have to sleep. So yeah, guys, tomorrow I'll sit and, first thing in the morning, I'll try to reply as much as possible. So please DM me funnel on LinkedIn. You can also DM Divyanshi. So yeah, do not DM Manthan. He's like going crazy with the DMs. Like he's getting like 10 DMs over like 5 seconds, something like that he's getting. So yeah, don't DM him. DM me or Divyanshi. We'll try to sort you out. Okay, all right, guys.
Perfect. Thank you so much for this, the whole team. You guys spilled gold, and all of us are going to watch the video again, including me. So the team has been kind enough to accommodate requests on DM. So for the people who raised your hands and still didn't get your answers, please drop a DM to the team on LinkedIn. They would get back to you. But you'll have all the takeaways, the goodies sent to you as well to all the participants. Thank you so much for joining the AcquisitionX team and the participants. As you know, 3 consistent things in life: death, taxes, and office hours every Thursday. See you all on the next one. Thank you so much. Ciao, guys.
Thanks for hosting us, Akash. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Have a very good night.
Yeah, have a great Good Friday.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good Friday. Bye-bye, guys.